and welcome or welcome back. I see that I have one person watching, so thank you very much for joining me. If you don't mind jumping in the chat and let me know who I have with me right now, I would appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and get started. I had quite a few delays, so appreciate you still joining in with me in spite of that. So we're just going to jump right in. If there's anything here you're interested in, you contact me the same way. Contact me, skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com, and we will work it out there. I put a little note in the post announcing this 3:30 airing of the live, talking about how I haven't been able to respond to the emails from yesterday's video. So you can go check that out for those details, or I'll just go ahead and tell you here as well. It's been unexpectedly busy for me, so I haven't been able to jump into those emails yet. So I will respond to all of those. I was really overwhelmed by it and just so humbled and excited that so many people were contacting me. But I will be responding to those today when this live is over, and then I'll put up an updated pending list as the top comment in yesterday's video, and then I'll do that for today's video also. And then also for today's video, we're going to go over part 2 of all the things in this latest GiGi's Gems box. And then I have a little bit of a thrift haul to show you, and yeah, some purses from back before the wedding. I did a little thrift haul before the wedding during that crazy time. And some of those bags, or I think all of the ones from that video, never did sell. So I'm going to give a second chance at those if there's time in this video. So here we go. We'll just jump right in. And I'll let you know too that I put some different product tags in today's video. I haven't seen any comments yet, but I haven't really had time to dive deep into all the comments. But I had posed the question yesterday, would you like me to post more tags about different things, other products I use, or would you prefer to see only product tags that apply to the video that the tags are on? I just really want to kind of tailor it to what everybody wants to see. And what prompted me to even bring that up was somebody had emailed me asking me about my nail polish. So I tagged that in yesterday's video. Today I actually tagged my little silicone ear, Earlene. So I brought up Earlene and put her as a product tag. So anybody that's interested in having your very own little ear model, you can click on that tag and take a peek, which brings me to mentioning this. As you all know, I'm trying to grow the channel, and so many of you, 748 of you, have decided to come along on this journey with me, and I really appreciate that. And it helps the channel grow. Even if you just click and take a look at the tags, I never expect a purchase. Of course, you're welcome to purchase, and if you do, that helps the channel also. But even just clicking on the tag and taking a look at the product that's tagged, that helps the channel too, even if you don't make a purchase. So thank you so much. And let's jump right in. I will be looking down now and then to check the comments and respond to you in real time as I can. So if you make a comment and I don't acknowledge it, it's just because I haven't seen it yet. And if yours kind of scrolls up to where you can see it's not in the thread anymore, it's not visible easily in the thread, just comment again, and I'll look soon, I promise. But let's go ahead and just start with the second half of this GiGi's Gems lot. This is for today. Our number 1 piece is this really heavy, it's like hematite. Oh wow, a lot of comments are already rolling in. Hi Jerry, hi Jeanette. Oh gosh, Thurs-Fri. I don't know how to pronounce that and I'll butcher it, I'm sorry, but thank you in. I think you're new. Fast Cheetos, you're new. Thank you so much. Sent a gold coin. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. If anybody commented up above Jerry Green right there, I missed you, so you can comment again. But wow, thank you so much for joining in, everybody, and for your comments. That means more to me than you know. So this necklace, it's hematite, and it doesn't have any marks on it. as far as branding goes, but really, really pretty. Let me know too if this, I have like right here, just directly to my right, a really bright light. So let me know if it's too bright, if I need to dim that. But here is this hematite necklace. It's really pretty, really heavy, and feels really nice, like you would expect from some really nice hematite. Very glossy. Just has that nice graphite gray. Sorry for my chippy nails. Last night was a ceramic studio night. I'm working on some things. I actually, one of my viewers, subscribers, and I won't out you, they're in the comments, and this person can identify themselves if they want to, but one of my subscribers has actually commissioned me to make a ceramics project, and I will tell you right now that I worked on it last night, and it's coming along just fine, and I should be able to get that to you pretty soon. Let me measure this hematite necklace. It's hand knotted and really, really nice work. It's 11.5 inches, hand knotted with all this gorgeous, gorgeous, glossy, heavy hematite. Unbranded. It has this little ball bead closure. Hey, Clarissa. And a little extra security there with this loop right here. And you put the slider, you hook it over the loop. It took me a second to figure this out a minute ago. And then you slide it in. And then the extra security there is that if the slider were to come loose, it's going to catch on that loop and you won't lose your necklace. So love that. This is quality. It feels like quality. It feels nice next to the skin. And it has really nice weight to it. Number one, and we'll do this gorgeous hematite. We're going to do that one for $8, which I think is a bargain and a steal. Keeping in mind for anybody who is new here, I price about 40 to 50% of what I'm going to list it for on eBay if it doesn't sell in the video. That's my general pricing practice. So there we go. Number one, the hematite necklace for $8. I gotta find a place to put off these as I show them to you. Okay, next, this looks like it's going to be lapis or sodalite. I don't see a lot of white blotching on it. It's faceted right here. That light looks kind of harsh on my side, so let me know if it looks too harsh to you guys, so I can adjust that if I need to. But it's this graduated, hand knotted little lapis beads, and they're all faceted. Let's see, I think they're lapis. Let me look close. Okay, I see some pyrite in there. So yeah, that's the telltale sign that it is lapis and not sodalite. It'll have that pyrite in it. And actually in my research, I found that the absence of pyrite doesn't mean necessarily that it isn't lapis. Lapis can can not have pyrite in it and still be lapis. But sodalite is going to have more of those white kind of cloudy blotches. Lapis can have some of that too, but sodalite's really going to have a lot of it typically, or more of it than lapis would have. But this is gorgeous. I like how it's graduated right there. And my hair's not pulled up, so it's going to be kind of harder to show you how these look on, but I will still do that. And there it is. I'll give you a measurement on that just shortly. I'm able to check in on these comments a lot easier than I was yesterday. Okay, 10-inch drop on this. And Jeanette's in the comments. If you happen to know for a fact whether this is sodalite or lapis, you can pipe up if you like. But I really believe this is lapis just because of, I'm not sure if it's going to come through or not, but the pyrite There's really the dead giveaway. Really, really pretty. So number 2, our lapis necklace is going to be, we're also going to do $8 on that one. Okay, yeah, I really, really think it's lapis too. So, I have a story to tell everybody. So, and it's a short one, I promise. So, remember, if you've been here a while, you know that I had a Presidium. I knocked it off the table and it was toast. So, when I was shopping for another one, I kind of learned, actually from some of my friends who had bought some secondhand, I learned that secondhand is not the way you want to go when it comes to a gem tester, because they don't take rough handling, and you don't want to buy one when you have no idea how it was treated by the previous owner. So a gem tester, just in my personal opinion, is better to buy new, because $50 or 25 or 100 might be a great deal on a Presidium, but if you're buying it from somebody who handled it roughly, or like knocked it off the kitchen table, then you're going to be buying something that doesn't work. So if you get a new one, you're going to get the product warranty with it. If it arrives to you and doesn't work, they're going to be able to return it and replace it, or you'll be able to return it for a replacement. So in my opinion, the way to go is just to buy one new from the manufacturer rather than looking for it secondhand. That's just a little side note. So you know that I knocked my Presidium off the table and it broke, and then so while I was looking for a replacement for it, I came across another brand, and I didn't even know there was another brand until I came across this. And the brand is Smart Pro. The name of the product is GemEye, I think GemEye 2, and it's GemEye, E-Y-E. So I got that. It was about half the price of a Presidium. It was around $265, I think, when I got it. A Presidium is around $400. So I got the GemEye, and I love it. And I know a couple of other people have bought them too. I think somebody that I know has bought one. The last time I talked to her about it, she hasn't had a chance to use it yet. Somebody else who I know has bought one, uses it and loves it. So anyway, after yesterday's live, that my GemEye was sitting in the same spot on the same table, this very table that I'm at right now. And I was scooting my chair back, and the cord got caught by the leg of the chair, pulled my GemEye down onto the floor, and it fell in the same spot that killed my Presidium. So after I yelled, "You gotta be kidding me," so that my son upstairs probably heard it, I picked the thing up, plugged it in, and did a little test with it, and it worked fine. So I know one GemEye falling off the table and working fine isn't, necessarily a statement on, every single product, but the Presidium that fell from the same height on the same floor in the same way was killed, but the GemEye came out fine. So a little product plug there. And my GemEye is also tagged. If you want to take a look at it, it's tagged in the products. So that's my little first story of the day, I guess. And the reason that came up is because I picked this up and saw these little green stones in it. So I'm going to test these for peridot. Oh wow, and maybe smoky quartz. So no more comments. So I haven't seen any comments yet about the light, so that's actually good news. But do let me know. Do speak up if this light is just too harsh for you. I've seen the number of viewers kind of going up and down. So maybe some people have left the room and some people have come in. So if you're new in the room and this light is just too harsh and it's hard for you to see anything, let me know. Hey, Hannah. Always enjoy seeing everybody here. So this is little tiny freshwater pearls, little peridot, I think peridot chips, and I think smoky quartz faceted beads. And I believe this is meant to go like this, kind of asymmetrical, just because of where the peridot starts right there. And then you have these two little faceted beads, or big faceted beads. So I think this is the way it was intended to be worn. And it has multi-strands on it. And just like that, that's really, really pretty. So I'm going to turn on, while I'm talking about it, turn on the Gemi. And let's see, you've got these little spacers in between all of these tiny beads. Let's see if I can get that to focus better. There you go. So all of these little tiny beads, spacer beads in between the pearls. And then if this is smoky quartz, which I think it is, it has kind of a purplish cast to it though. And they're faceted, and then there's a smaller one in between there, and then what I think is maybe peridot chips and some more smoky quartz chips. So the Gemi is not ready to calibrate just yet. So some more people have joined the room. Thank you so much for joining us today. And Hannah sent a flower. Thank you, Hannah. There's a way that I can like send something, like send a sticker or something, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So as soon as I figure out how to send people like thanks for sending the little gold coins or the flowers, I'll do that as soon as I figure out how to do that. And if you're somebody who has done lives before and you know how to do it, let me know. So here we go. It's ready to calibrate. And I found out yesterday it has to be sitting on a table to give a good reading, so I can't hold it up and let you see it, but I am calibrating it right now. So I turned it on after it fell on the floor. I said a little prayer, turned it on, and the needle did what it's supposed to do when you turn it on. And the Presidium didn't when it fell. When I turned it on, the needle just started kind of going crazy, and then it wouldn't calibrate. So that little beep you just heard was the sound it makes when it successfully calibrates. And so now let's see what these purplish kind of smoky colored beads are, and the chips are probably the same thing. It goes up to quartz before the needle slipped off. It was at quartz citrine amethyst. Yeah, and that's where it is. So I'm going to call that smoky quartz unless Jeanette's in the room. So if you know that it's something else, you can let everybody know. But I believe it's smoky quartz. Let's find one of these that I think is peridot that has a nice surface for this needle. Okay, and it goes to quartz citrine amethyst, and I hear tell that peridot reads the same as citrine. So I am going to call this, knowing that I am fallible, everybody, but I am going to call it smoky quartz and peridot. And then you have your little spacer beads, which I think are brass, and then all these gorgeous, gorgeous tiny pearls. This is a beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. And I love that asymmetrical design on it. So we are going to let this be our number 3. And that one is going to be, we're going to do that one for $12. And yeah, I'm probably going to do about 25 or 30 if it doesn't still appear on the video. So there we go. That number 3. Okay, this one either fell out of its bag or I don't have a bag for this one. Here's a really pretty bracelet that's aqua color, sort of topaz. It's not topaz, the stone, but it has this sort of topaz color to it. Maybe aquamarine color to it. Was that London blue, like topaz? That's this color. There's Swiss blue, London blue. There's different types of blues as far as blue topaz goes. But this is actually glass faceted. Some of it has an AB coating, like these two right here do. And then you have these smaller ones, and then this pretty little, you know, disco ball bead right there. And a barrel clasp closure. Right there. And yeah, it's in great condition. You always want to check when you're buying secondhand jewelry. If it has a barrel clasp closure, open it and close it and make sure that it works, because sometimes those are fused together, or you open it up and it's all corroded inside, which might not be a problem for you if you don't mind fixing stuff like that. But it's good to just know how to check your secondhand stuff when you buy it. There are these little, I don't know if these would be called rondelles or what. They have little, like a leafy sort of design right there. And then the little rhinestones around the middle. So that's a cute little bracelet. Let's see what it looks like on Michelle. Oh, hey, Michelle. Hi. Y'all, if y'all don't know Michelle, she hasn't been around as long as some of us have been as far as showing jewelry. Miss Shell's Jewelry is her channel, so you want to go check her out. She loves her thread up jewelry boxes. If you love to see unboxing of thread up jewelry, she does those. She does other things too, but you can tell that her, I don't know, I might be wrong. You can correct me on this, Michelle, if I'm wrong, but I think probably thread up boxes are her favorite thing. This is a size 7 3/4. Cute little glass stone bracelet. And I think I brought a little box of bags with me over here. This one is going to be number 4. And we'll just do that one for $4. A nice deal on a really pretty summery little glass bracelet. Hannah, I don't know how to do that. Oh, you don't know how to do the, like sending the people back something? At the end of yesterday's stream, I got a little blurb at the bottom after it had ended saying, you know, you can, you know, send people, you know, these stickers or something. And it didn't tell me how to do it. And then when I tried to come back to it to figure it out, I couldn't find where it had given me that message. So I just need to pay closer attention next time, I think. This is, okay, I saw this and I thought, oh, I bet that's J. Crew. And it is. I've heard a car going up the street, and I thought it might be FedEx with my blue box. I got a blue box last Friday. Miracle of miracles. Those are really hard to snag, but I've been pretty lucky in blue box world lately. I'm able to get one because, you know, if you've ever tried to get one, you know they disappear in seconds. Like you're in the checkout process and it just disappears out of your cart as you're checking out. That happens to me usually. But over the past, I don't know, few weeks, I've been pretty lucky as far as that goes. I've been able to snag them. But anyway, I got one Friday, and shipping information hasn't uploaded, but sometimes things will be delivered to me and the shipping notification comes like after I've already gotten the item. And that's happened before with blue boxes. So I thought FedEx might be here, but it's not them. So back to what we're talking about. This is a J. Crew necklace with these pretty colors. This has similar colors to one that Frances sent. Jeanette sent this one. Frances sent a box of craft stuff. Yeah, and I don't know why I couldn't find my words. She sent me a big craft lot. And if I can find a way after this video ends to link it in the description, I'll try to do that. But I did a video unboxing of the craft lot from Frances, and she had a little bag of J. Crew things that were broken for repair, and they were this color. Or there was one necklace that had these colors in it. So this is really pretty. I'm wondering, this looks so familiar. I was looking through that stuff from Frances. Jeanette, did you send me this? Or did I pull that out of Francis's bag and just put it over here? My head's been going in so many different directions. I'm going to set this aside for just a minute. Okay, somebody wants 4. Okay, Jerry wants 4. Okay, let me write your name on here. Yeah, if I don't acknowledge when you have requested something, it's just because I haven't looked at the comments. So that one's for Jerry. Thank you so much. And Jeanette, yeah, let me, did you send me this? Or did I just put it over here from that stuff with Francis? Let me know, and I'll come back to it. Let's see, here's a bracelet. Gunmetal colored. And toggle closure. Oh, wow, I can't get the toggle to open. Hang on. Probably user error. Well, thank you, Jerry. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was user error. So there we go. It has these wide links with this chain, kind of woven in between. You can see how that's made like that, with those rings in between holding the strands of chain as they weave in between these bigger links. So this is silver tone in the middle, and then gunmetal around on the outside. And then you have 2 sizes. Here's how it looks on. And oh, I've worn this before. I've talked about this before. Anyone can put in the comments your guesses if you know about that, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But that's how this one looks on. And then the longest measurement on it is a size about a 7.5 to 7 3/4. And unbranded, it looks like. Let's look closer at this. Oh, no, wait, it's not unbranded. Oh, it's a Premier. Here we go. I don't know if you could hear that, but I think a bird just flew right into my window. But right there's the tag for Premier Designs. So that's really pretty. And Premier is really collectible. It looks new. I don't see any base metal showing through anywhere. You know, the first place it's going to show is the high traffic areas, like the closure areas. So this one's going to be number, where are we? We're on number 4. And we've been going for 28 minutes. I'm only on number 4. I'm gabbing way too much. I'm about to mark on my face. So this Premier Design bracelet, we'll do that one for $5. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the comments as I go. So there we go, Premier Design, a gunmetal colored bracelet. Oh, this is pretty. This is a shell. It looks like the black lip mussel. Is that the right word for it? I have a gorgeous necklace that has some of this in it, that has this faceted clear spinel or something over it. It looks really, really neat. It's in my eBay listings right now. But this just has a listing. Oh, that looks like the Coldwater Creek little leaf, and it is. Oh, my nose just started itching like crazy. Okay. So there we are. So this is on the front. Oh, just some more little baubles. So you have all of these little charms and balls. And this shell, which is really iridescent. I'm trying to get, there you go. I think that's coming through on your side. All those colors. And then you have these little lighter blue and darker blue beads and all these little tiny charms. And then this is faux leather. All faux leather, double stranded cord right there. And lobster clasp. the length on it is, and this is a drop length, it's 8 inches with a 2-inch extender. Yes, this is number 5. Yeah, number 5. So we'll do the Cold Creek necklace for, we're going to do that one for $7. This shell piece is about 2 inches across. And the colors are just really, really pretty on it. It's kind of hard for it to show with all the glare and everything. That's number 6. Are you sure? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is 5. This is 5. You might be confused because I was doing the, I was showing this J. Crew necklace, and it was going to be number 4, but I had put it aside. So we have, number 1 was the hematite necklace, number 2 was the lapis, 3 was the peridot and smoky quartz, 4 was the Premier Design bracelet, and then 5 right here. Okay, now we have a, wait a minute. Oh, it's not coming to me. This, this Maker's Mark. I might Google lens that unless somebody can tell me off the top of your head. I know it, but it's not coming to me. Oh, that's right. Your bracelet was 4. Okay. So I'm just going to keep these like they are just because I've already called this, I'm going to call this Premier Designs bracelet 4B. That's usually what I do when I realize I've double numbered. And so then this, we'll keep this at number 5. So thank you for straightening that out for me. So, and if anyone knows this, this Maker's Mark, let me know, or I'll Google lens it. Cooking dinner. Thank you, Hannah, for, I do that sometimes too. I'll play videos while I'm cooking or ironing or something like that. But these are acrylic beads, plastic or acrylic. And, oh, Bill Blass. Yes, yes, it is. Okay, I had to, when I was in college, and that's a story. Story time, gabbing time. I started college when I first graduated high school in 1986, and I had like 2 majors in the span of less than 2 years. And so then I started going to a different college, took some time off here and there, and had first one major and then another. And in my entire college career, I had 5 different majors. And I finally ended up graduating when I was about 30 with the first major that I ever started with. And honestly, I would just be a professional student, but that doesn't pay very well. So I did eventually graduate, and by the time I did graduate, I had enough credit hours that my advisor said that if I went one more semester, I already had a double minor. That's not really a thing, but I had enough credits in 2 different things for them to both be minors. And so I did declare one of them as a minor. But if I went one more semester, I could have a double major. And I just said, no, this train needs to stop. So anyway, one of my minors was theater, drama, and one of the classes I had to take was called Costume Practicum, where you had to learn all about the history of clothing from day one, so you could learn how to, properly wardrobe a period play, or a period movie and things like that. And one of my instructors claimed that his uncle was Bill Blass. So that's what brought up that little story time. But anyway, Bill Blass, a designer that was really famous, more well-known and popular, I think, in the 80s and 90s. But there we go. Really, really pretty. All of these colors of blue and this kind of lighter, kind of aqua teal blue. this golden bronze color. These are faux pearls, yeah, with spacers in between everything, and gold tone chain. The drop on this one is kind of a shorter one, probably choker length, I would think. Yeah, it's a 7-inch drop, and then a 3-inch extender. And remember, the measurement of the extender, half of that is what you get in added drop length. So this is a 7-inch drop with a 3-inch extender. That means up to 8.5-inch drop is where that would go to. So the Bill Glass necklace is number 6. And we're going to do that one for, let's just do that for $4. Love those colors. This is a good transitional color palette for end of summer going into fall. And honestly, really winter also with these lighter blue and the pearls. Let me know if y'all would rather I didn't gab so much. And then if you would prefer that I didn't, I will try to curtail my gabbing. Okay, here's another bracelet, and this is, yeah, they're called, those are stones. So some turquoise or howlite, that which reminds me of that slab necklace. There were some things in it, like the main thing that was giving me trouble with that is the matrix, because it had, and I'm talking about a video from last week, everybody, in case you weren't here for that. The slab necklace, if you were here for it, had this matrix that looked kind of just really freeform and curvy and just wild, which I typically am familiar with seeing in turquoise. To me, howlite has more of an angular kind of spider webby design to it, and that was one of the main things that was giving me trouble with it. And it did have those white patches, but I have seen some turquoise, and I even did a little research on that, and turquoise can have little white patches in it, not giant black or white streaks like these slabs do, but it can have little white patches where quartz has gotten into it. So that was giving me trouble. And where it was, one of the slabs was broken, the color was through and through. So that's one of the things to look for also. And down in the drill holes, they say to check if the drill holes are white or if it's broken and it's white in the middle. That's where the dye didn't penetrate, and that's a sign that it's dyed howlite. So I'm just going ahead and I guess calling it howlite. Someone already requested that, and they're getting it at the howlite price. But honestly, I'm still troubled on whether that is howlite or turquoise. I think there's more leaning in favor of it being turquoise, but there's just some little questions for me in my mind about it. Okay, this light blue stone isn't registering as anything but glass, and these blue ones I think are so light, which won't really read. Yeah, they don't really read, which sodalite won't, and turquoise doesn't either, and for that matter, howlite doesn't. So the reason for the whole story about the howlite and quartz, or howlite and turquoise on that slab necklace, is because of these little beads right here on this bracelet. I'm kind of nervous about calling something turquoise ever since that necklace, because turquoise can really show you quick what you do and don't know, or it will show you how little you know, I guess. It's a hard one to figure out, but I just now saw this little hang tag. This is a Lucky Brand little bracelet, and it has this slide little adjuster right there. You can pull it open. If your foot and ankle are small enough, that could even be an anklet, but then you adjust the width of it there. The smallest it will go is about a size 6 3/4. The longest it will go is, yeah, definitely anklet. About a 9.5 is anklet length, but of course this would need to make it all the way up over your whole foot in order to wear it as an anklet. But there we go. So the Lucky Brand maybe turquoise, probably sodalite, and then I think glass. A little adjustable bracelet is going to be purse number 7, and we'll do it for $6. Love Lucky Brand, it's one of my favorites. But you know, they have that general boho feel, and boho is not my, you know, signature style or anything like that. But I just really love how they do jewelry. They do it really, really well. Okay, this one doesn't have a hang tag that I can see. And okay, it's a multi-strand. You have these 2 different types of gold tone chain. And then these little beads here, which can't really tell what those are. They're a little bit cool. I don't think they're acrylic. I think they are stone or ceramic. But there's how that looks. Really light and delicate and pretty. And that color is very true. That's the color it looks in person. Okay, and the lobster closure. Here's how it looks on. Let me get my necklaces out of the way. Okay, there's how it looks on. And well, I was about to try to slip it over my head, but I think it would get hung up on my glasses if I did that. So there we are. The gold tone lobster closure, gold tone chains, and these little stations all the way around. And there it is. So unbranded, and it had a little bag, but I don't see the little bag now. So I'll look for it later. I'll get a new one. So this one is, I think I just heard its original bag hitting the floor. It's going to be number 8. And we'll do it for $4. And I think I see some gemstones, like a big gemstone, maybe. Could be glass. So that's what we'll look at next. Okay. This has a hang tag. AV Max, which I looked something up a while back about this. This brand makes plated jewelry. I don't know if they're still around. I know that they were around, I think, in the early 2000s or the 90s. And this is what I'm going to look at. This is what made me think maybe gemstone. This could be smoky quartz. This is definitely a stone. It sort of has that veiny look like labradorite, but I don't see any flash in it. And then here is some shell right there, mother of pearl, maybe quartz right here. So we're going to check all of these out. This AV Max is it's a costume brand, but it's a high quality costume brand. Let's see. The needle's not moving, but I'm nervous because I dropped it. Okay, so I was testing it on my diamond ring and it read fine. So let's see if this needle is going to move. Okay, so we are looking at glass. Okay, this one right here is quartz. That looks like a little piece of ice right there. That is quartz. And I was hoping this would be a smoky quartz, but I think it's just glass. Let me see what this one is. If this is labradorite, it's not going to show up on the gem tester because labradorite does not. Okay, the needle moves kind of up toward glass a little bit, but doesn't do much after that. Okay, and the smoky ones are not showing up. And here's a little piece of pyrite, I think. Yeah, that was, I was touching this little bead right here, which is stone, but it was beeping like it does when it touches metal. And, you know, pyrite's full of metal. So this one I'm about to check right here. That could be quartz also, or that could be glass. Okay, it goes right up to quartz, citrine, amethyst. So I was hoping that these would also be smoky quartz. Not that, you know, that's super valuable or anything. I was just hoping it would be. So we have glass right here for this flat faceted bead. And we have glass right here for this smaller one that's the same color and it's also faceted. Right here we have quartz, and right here we have quartz. This is pyrite. I didn't test this little chip right here, but it's probably quartz as well. And then we have shell right here. So, you know what, is that faux pearl or is that a real pearl? Okay, that's a faux pearl. And there's just the ever so tiniest amount of paint coming off of the faux pearl. I don't know if you can see it. It's a tiny spot to begin with, but it's right there. And then another tiny spot where the paint's coming off right there. And that light is reflecting right into it. Let's see. I can find that button. Okay. Okay, with the light off, let me know if you like this light better or if you want me to turn the other one back on. Yes, Jeanette, turquoise is so hard. Right there. Okay, there's one place kind of near the bottom of that pearl, little faux pearl. And then right there is one little spot. And was that all? Oh, wait. Yeah, there's a couple more. This one little bead has some right there. Has some little scratchy places. But the other faux pearl, let's see, where is it? This smaller one right here. That one is all good. So the only issues are with this bigger faux pearl right there. This brand, the last time I looked it up, sells for, or was selling at that time anyway, for around $20 or so, I think. So this one I would then offer for $10 here, but it has those little scratchy places on the pearl, so I want to take that into account. And so this will be number 9. And we'll say just $6 on this one. Those are the only issues. There's that one pearl right here. And I think that's a great deal for this necklace, especially if you like vintage designer things. Well, not designer, but vintage things that were popular, really popular at another time. This would still be a good one to add to your collection. So $6 would be a great deal for that. And where the paint scratch right there is not super obvious. And I'm going to take care to protect that little faux pearl from rubbing up against anything. To protect it from getting scratched anymore. And I may be able to put some kind of little clear coating on there to stop the chipping where it is right now. But that'll be at the buyer's request. I don't like to do anything like that until someone has bought it and stated whether they want me to do that or not. Okay, Catherine Popesco. No, that's backwards for you. I don't know how to flip it. It's called mirroring when you are doing editing. But I don't know how to flip it around. But Catherine Popesco is made in Paris. I think Paris, but definitely somewhere in France. There's the hang tag right there. And I've always seen the hang tags like this, where it's part of the length of the chain rather than dangling off. And I've gotten one other Catherine Popesco piece. Maybe a couple of others, but only one really stands out right now because I got it in a blue box a long time ago. So here are these gorgeous blue stones that I'm testing, and there's some really pretty bead caps on here too. The stone is glass. Let's look at these smaller ones. They are also glass. All right, now I don't know if this one is sterling or if they typically always use sterling with that brand. Because, let's see, there's something up here on the closure. Let me magnify it with my other camera phone camera. Not FedEx. Okay, no, that's not a 925 mark. The other Catherine Popesco I have is a sterling necklace. And I don't know if they only use sterling. Let me put a little scratch here on the testing stone and see what color that is. Because it could be a vermeil. The scratch is sort of a brassy color. And honestly, that tempts me to check it for gold. But definitely if this were gold, it would have a mark saying so. I don't see anything. The setting is the same. I don't see any marks on the setting. And especially with this being branded like this, if it was precious metal, especially if it was gold, it would say so. So the scratch it made is kind of a little golden color. It doesn't really look brassy to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not brass. And I think it might be. I really don't think it's gold. But here we go. Let's take a look at it. Look at those pretty bead caps. They're only on the bottom. That's our neighbor with his motorcycle. He has a toddler. Our next door neighbor, well, next door, he's like up through the woods. He is a sheriff's deputy, and in his off hours, as soon as he gets home from work, he and his wife have a toddler, and he said that his toddler starts pointing at his helmet, like his little helmet, as soon as Dad comes home from work. And we live on a dead-end street, which is at about a 45-degree angle. So anyway, he has to get on the motorcycle with his dad. So we know as soon as our neighbor comes home from work, it's only going to be about 15 minutes later that he and his little son are going to be riding down the road in the motorcycle. So if you heard that, that's what that was. So back to this. These little bead caps are so cute. And the beads, there it goes again. The beads are just resting in there. And you have these darker ones with the AB coating, and then these sort of milky colored, lighter colored ones. And I'm just gonna say brass. I don't think it's gold tone. I think it would be brass. And the color on this is really pretty, very summery. And here's how it looks on. Right there. There's not an extender, so the drop is the drop, and that drop is about 8 inches. Yes, that is Skeeter. He barks at nearly everything with wheels on it, especially if it's a white vehicle, and I really don't know what the thing is with white ones. He goes bananas about the FedEx truck. But the UPS truck, he just kind of, barks a little bit and then he's done. But he just goes crazy over the FedEx truck. When a white minivan from our neighbor further up the street comes down, he just goes bananas about that white minivan. But yeah, he'll bark at anything with wheels, but he just hangs in there and gives the what for to a vehicle that's white for I don't know what reason. Maybe the FedEx guy gives them treats. So maybe he thinks every vehicle that's white, there's treats to be had if you freak out, because freak out, he does. So with this Catherine Popesco, it says that there's a single earring that's also included, and here it is. So I want to craft with this. So let's see. You know what? Some of y'all are crafty too. I'm going to keep these together. And if you buy it but you don't want the earring, or you're not crafty or whatever, just let me know and I'll just hang on to the earring. But I'll do the necklace for 15, and I will be listing that for 30. This is number 10 for 15, and I'll just throw the earring in with it unless you just don't want it. And I've said this before too, don't think that you need to say, oh, I don't want the earring, just because you think you'll be depriving me of supplies. If you take the earring, I have more crafty pieces that need upcycling than I have time to make. So you definitely won't be depriving me of any kind of supplies if you keep that earring. But if you don't want it, just let me know and then I won't put it in the pack. So here are some vintage brass earrings that look really cool. They have this, and I can polish them up to make them look nice and new, but I'll only do that at the buyer's request because some people like their metal patinas. And this one has a very nice patina on it. I like this design on there. Looks very artisan. These are about just over an inch long and just under an inch across the widest part right there. And so we'll bring over Arlene and show you how they look. They remind me of the 80s. And that's how they look on. I don't know, there's just something about how that tip just points just above right there. That just looks really neat to me. But there's how they look on. Here's the back. And again, brass just patina this way. That's to be expected with vintage brass. But I will clean and polish these only at the buyer's request. If you don't ask for it, then they will come to you with their existing patina. So these are number 11, and we're just going to do those for $4. That's a nice deal on what I think is probably some one-of-a-kind artisan earrings, brass. Okay, here is, oh, I thought this was going to be a sister clasp, but it's not. It's just this older, I think older style of lobster clasp. Right there. I haven't seen a sister clasp in a while. That's one that kind of looks like a lobster clasp, but it opens like this. And at first I thought, because this is so round at the top, at first I thought that's what I was looking at. Is this 1928? The reason I'm asking is because of that. A lot of times 1928 won't have a hang tag, but it'll just have this swirly design on the back. But I know some companies will sort of fake that swirly design. This looks like it's in great condition, and I kind of think it's probably 1928. I'm not going to call it for sure, but I think it is. But here's the closure, which looks to be in great condition. Here's the gold tone, which is also in nice condition. And here's the little pave rhinestone pendant. Super, super cute. I know one of you out there, I don't know if you are watching, but I have a viewer. Yes, he is very spoiled. I have a viewer a subscriber who loves her heart jewelry. I like how, let's see, we'll do this one for $6. It's in very nice condition. I think probably 1928, although I cannot guarantee that. Just because the swirl, I'm not really sure if that's exactly the right swirl pattern. So if anybody wants to identify that and comment on it, feel free to do so. But $6 for number 12. And here's a vintage brooch, which is really pretty. It's silver tone with this kind of pearlized paint over parts of it. These little, I guess, tulips. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. It kind of has the look to me, maybe, that someone had a silver tone brooch and then at some point they decided to add some color to it. But it is still really pretty. And it can be a pendant right there. Oh, you can't see it from that side. There it is. Right there's your little loop to make it a pendant, or you have the pin back right here. And it's about 2 inches long. Little purple flowers, green, sort of ribbon leaf design at the bottom. There's the back. So that's going to be number 13. And we'll just do that for $2. Okay. Catching up on comments. Lighting is good. Okay. I'm going to leave it that way. I'd forgotten about the little side light right there. Actually, I do like it better without that on because it's not reflecting off my glasses, and I feel like the natural light coming in. There's a huge window over here to my right, and I think just the light coming in from there is better. Okay, so here is I don't think it's a precious metal. No, this is a gold tone chain with this pretty pendant. And there's a close-up. That pendant is really pretty. And I think it's a stone. Let's take a look and see what Gemini has to say about that. I was amazed that this thing still worked after it fell off the table. I gotta say. Okay, it's just going up to glass, which, as you've heard me say before, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a gemstone. It's just going up to glass, but it looks like a stone to me of the type, I don't know, kind of not like labradorite, but it's definitely not quartz because it would have gone right up to quartz if it was. This little druzy looking piece is, that's acrylic or plastic. This is actually stone right here. Yeah. This and this and this. And these are faux pearls right here and right here. And then little rhinestones. These will have rhinestones right there and right there. And then hanging from the top is this little doodad right here. Something about this just reminds me of Stella and Dot. But it is unbranded. And it's very pretty. The little pendant, the hoop, is 1.5 inches across, and it is almost 2.5 inches long. And there's an 8-inch drop on the necklace, and the drop is the drop. There is not an extender. So, oh, okay, I didn't see this note. Upcycled from a single earring. So this is an upcycle job, and I can't read this. So if you're looking, Jeanette, I can't, and I know it's backwards to you, but maybe you'll recall what you wrote right there. New something. Upcycle from single earring. New something or need something. So put it in the comments. But this didn't come like that, and this was a great upcycle job because it doesn't, I mean, I can see now how it was upcycled from an earring, and now looking also I can tell that that post, that loop is made from a post that was bent around. But this is a nice job because that wasn't really obvious that it was an upcycle. Not that it would be a problem if it was obvious, but hey, Sam Lynn, hey, welcome in. I'm glad. Were you here the whole time? Or are you just now piping up, or are you just now joining us? This is number 14, and we're gonna do this one for $6. And Jeanette, if you're here and you can recall what it needs right there, needs something, let me know what that says. Just join. I am so glad you're here. I know that you've had some things going on that's made it difficult for you to tune in sometimes. So I am so happy that you are able to tune in today. And same for everybody. I'm glad everybody's able to. I just haven't seen Sam in a little while. So these are unbranded, cute little earrings. They have sort of actually sort of a 1928 type of look, in my opinion. Now these are definitely not. I'm not even suspicious that these could be 1928. But they're really pretty. These little rhinestones are sort of brownish color, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. They may be reddish, but I think they're more brownish. So let's bring over Earlene. They're only about, they're little, only about an inch long. But I like all that detail on them. That's how they look on. Maybe more brownish, I guess. But really pretty. So you might want to swing back through, Sam. There are a few things. Obviously, we're on number 13, so you can scroll back and look at all the other things that you missed. There might be some things you want to look at. So number 15, and we'll do these for $4. They're really cute. I didn't give you all the particulars. Here's the back of these, and both of them are showing, you know, same amount of wear. So there's the back construction on that, and then of course the front right there. And it's $4 for these, number 15. Okay. This is a loft piece, hand knotted. Here's the hang tag right here. Hand knotted little beads that go from this creamy color, and then this sort of taupe color, and then down to these blues. And these are, I was about to say painted acrylic, but I think maybe glass, because you can see the edges, you know, on the cut edges where the paint can be thinner. I don't know, I'm familiar with that because of working with ceramics, but over cut edges like that a lot of times the paint will be thinner. That could be wear, or it could be intentional. And again, I'm just speaking from the perspective of making ceramics. It could be intentional just to highlight those lines from all the facets, or it could be wear because the edges of a facet is the first places where some wear would show. But either way, like, they don't look chipped or scratched or anything like that. And all of these different colors I showed you are hand knotted on this brown cord. That's how it looks there with the creamy colored ones. Here's how it looks with the taupe and the blues. This pretty caramel colored cord that's beautifully knotted in between all of the beads. That's really, really pretty. Silver tone on the hardware here, which shows no wear to speak of, really. maybe some very light surface scratching. So this one is number 16. And so we've been at it for over an hour. Only 16 pieces in over an hour. I dabbed too much. So there we are. Oh, I didn't write a price on it. We'll do this one for $7. This loft necklace is beautiful. It really is gorgeous. Actually, it would go with what I'm wearing right now. So I've got on a beige top and my jeans. This would go perfect with what I'm wearing right now. Okay. This is, okay, there's no note on this one. I like the construction on this. I'm looking for a hang tag. Oh, this is a loft also. There's the hang tag for the loft. Right there. And look at this construction on these. Front and back, all of these settings are the same. Which are really, look at that, they're really thick and substantial. This kind of gives it a luxurious look. I really, really like this. Front and back on all of these looks the same. Just very substantial and pretty. So here's how it looks on. So you got a little bit of asymmetry. The little top ones there are the same on both sides, but then right here, left and right are different. Right here they're different, and right here they're different. And then you don't have a stone in the center at the bottom. So there it is, nice for layering. It has a clasp, but you know, it can just go right over the head. You can double it up. But there it is. Super pretty. Really, really like this one. Those settings are just really nice. Let's see. Let me see if I can get that to focus for you. Here we go. There's one. Let's have a look at this one. Just so you can see how nice and just plushy those are. So I really, really like that one. This is number 17. This would go with what I'm wearing also. And we'll do this one for $7. Great deal on a really nice piece. I think maybe one day Loft is going to be up there with, honestly, I think one day it's going to be a costume classic. Just in my humble opinion. Oh, Napier. So what have we here? This is, okay, a faux stone. It's sort of chocolate colored. Yeah, sort of chocolate covered with little black speckles or splotches in it. And that's the pendant I'm talking about. It's about 1 inch across. And then you have these black beads and silver tone stations. Really like that. This reminds me, if it was stones and sterling, this would remind me a lot of Silhouette. But it is Napier. Here is the hang tag. I think that's a vintage name tag. That was really cool. Okay, let's see how it looks on, and then I'll give you the measurements. There we go. It's kind of shorter. Really like that. I tend to lean more toward shorter necklaces. I like longer layering ones, but when I'm just pulling one out to wear, I usually gravitate to the shorter lengths. This is a 7 3/4 inch drop with a 2 inch extender. So that means it'll go up to an 8 3/4 inch drop. Oh, there's my friend Potential Spam. Okay. Oh, Oh, bye, Hannah. I'm just going to say, if you're still here by chance, thank you so much for joining me, Hannah. Hey, Diane. Hello. I'm not going to try to mimic Diane's and Felicia's Monday Fun Day cheer. Only they can do it, but that's the closest I'll get to it. Oh, you're thinking the same thing about Loft? I think Loft is like that. I think that Chico's is building a fan base. Well, I mean, they've already built a fan base, but I think they're really going to be very highly sought after, 20 years from now. I think people are going to be really putting a high premium on pieces that are made like now and before now of Chico's jewelry. I kind of foresee that coming to them too. This Napier piece is number 18. I need to kind of keep up. Okay, you're laughing. If you don't know, you probably have heard of Diane. If you're here, you probably have heard of Diane. It's simply Diane Adventures. You can see her there in the comments. Her channel name. Go check her out if you don't know her already. It's always fun, and especially on Fun Day Monday when she teams up with her daughter. It's hilarious. So number 18, we'll do $5. I was about to say $6, but we'll do $5 for the Napier necklace at number 18. Yeah, I feel that way, and talking again about what I was just saying about Chico's, I feel that way about several of them. I think Loft is like that, as I've already said. I think Chico's is like that. Gosh, they're not coming to me right now. I'm reaching down for the Gemini at the moment. And this is a stone, and the closure, it says, only the closure is 925. So I'll do the test for that. Not because I don't trust Jeanette. I do 100%. I just like to show everybody, so they can see for themselves what they're getting. So that's why I test, not because I don't trust what Jeanette has to say. So the stone, this necklace I'm about to show you, it is a black and white stone. The white side went up to quartz, citrine amethyst. The black side does not move, but it's all one stone. So when you are dealing with a stone of different colors, nobody ever taught me this. I didn't find it in research. I just found it out on my own, that if you test all the different colors in a stone, and it makes sense when you think about it. If you test the different colors in the stone, you're going to get different readings a lot of times on the different colors, because it's the different minerals that get mixed in during the formation of that stone. And then this is the stone I'm referring to right here. This went up to quartz, citrine amethyst. This barely moved up toward glass. And a lot of the black stones are like that. And if you think about it, volcanic glass is, I think onyx and obsidian are both volcanic glass. So they barely register on a gem tester in my experience. So these other little tiny beads, I think, are, they're kind of cool, not really cold. They might be glass, I think. But I like how this is made. You have your two strands with a little bead holding them together periodically. And then your other little beads right here. These little silver tone, little rosette beads right there. And then your big showpiece right here in the middle, which is gorgeous. And look at those caps on there. That's about 1.5 inches across, and our drop on it is an 8-inch drop. And then we're going to do this sterling test on the closure, which Jeanette says is sterling. And again, trust Jeanette 100%. I just like to show that to everybody so you can know what you're getting. And it's hard to do when you're vertical like this. There we go. This scratch up here is that earlier one I tried to do that I showed. I'll bet Catherine Popesco right there. But anyway, here is the one I just showed you with the positive sterling closure, or positive test for the sterling closure. Okay, and this has some nice weight to it. It's really pretty. I'll show you how it looks on. There we go. Get that out of the way. There we are. So gorgeous, gorgeous on that one. So it's number 19. And we're going to do that one for $8, which is a great deal. I think that's an awesome deal for this gorgeous chunk of stone and that sterling closure. Okay, please give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content. Share it out with somebody else that you think might also enjoy it. This is usually my goodbye tag. I'm not saying goodbye right now. It just crossed my mind to say those. So here are some, this really reminds me of Lucky Brand. It has sort of that just boho kind of style to it. This little shield medallion thing, and you have these little feathers hanging down. This sort of tribal look here, and these are probably, okay, that's goldstone right there. Which goldstone is glass. I think glass. But these, I'm trying to tell if they're cold. Yeah, I think those are glass. Or it might actually be goldstone. Or it could be acrylic. It's really hard to tell. But let's bring over Earlene. I don't see any kind of maker's mark. Oh, wait. I do see something on the back of these little feathers. Right here. Right there in the center of those feathers. There's something. So let me magnify that. And see what we have. Oh, wait a minute. Does that say 925? That's really hard to read. It says something. It's not just a little stray scratch or stray dent. Let me look at another one of the feathers besides the one I was looking at. It's really hard to tell if that says 925. I don't see a K on it, but it couldn't be a K. Or could it? Let's see what the let's see what a sterling test tells us, or let's see what a scratch looks like. Okay, the scratch is not really looking bright and silvery. And honestly, it has kind of a little golden hue to it. Okay, so the 18K acid just ate that right up. But I'm very curious, so I'm going to step off camera for just a second, because just right there in my little antique credenza is where I keep the rest of my acids. I didn't expect to run across potentially gold, so I left those in there. So I'll be right back. It's still right here. Okay. See how quick that was? Let's get out my 14K and my 10K, and we're going to test this really quick. It was really hard to read those little stamps. So what you do to test for, if you're not familiar, how you test for gold is you make a scratch for, like I've got 14 and 10 right there. So I'm going to put my 10 karat acid on one of the scratches, and if it eats it right up, then it's not, then it's either less than 10 karat or it's just not gold. And then you also put it on, and if the 10 holds, Then you try the 14 karat and see if that holds, and neither one is holding. So I can't figure out what those little marks say. Obviously they aren't gold marks, and they're not sterling marks, so I'll research that some more after, oh, here's that bag I filled earlier. I'll research that some more after we're done, and after I've responded to messages and stuff, and see what that says. But meanwhile, I'm going to just lay these aside for now. Am I going to lay them aside? No, I'm not going to lay them aside. I'm going to go ahead and give a price on these. They are about just over 2 inches, maybe about 2.5 inches, 2 1/4 to 2.5 inches from here to the bottom of the longest feather, and about an inch across the widest part of the little medallion right there. And that's going to be number 20. And we'll just do, let's just do those for $4. And if I can figure out, that's what I was trying to say a minute ago, if I can figure out what that says on the back of those feathers, the little mark, I'll try to figure out a way to, I don't know how to edit a live once it goes up, or even if I can do that. So what I'll do is maybe put it in the pinned comment where I put the pending and sold list. I'll say, hey, those number 20, is that right? Yeah, those number 20 earrings, this is what those hang tags say. Here's what it says on the back of those feathers. So just look there in a couple of days if you want to see what I found out, if anything. So let's keep going. Let me look at my comments. I don't know. There are some J. Crew. The typical J. Crew, that's the big. I'm referring now to Michelle's comment. The typical, J. Crew thing with the big statement necklaces. They're gorgeous, and I love looking at stuff like that. It's not my style to wear necessarily, but yeah, I would be more likely to, depending on the piece. There are some Chico's pieces that are really statement-y, and statement type things are not really what I reach for first. I will wear them from time to time, but mainly what I'm going to wear is simpler designs. That's just usually my daily thing, I guess. Yeah, I probably would lean more toward wearing a Chico's piece, as long as it wasn't really like statement-y. Statement pieces are not my thing. Anybody who knew me in high school would probably say that aliens invaded my body, because I was I marched to my own drum when I was a teenager, and would definitely wear, the more outlandish the better, the more statement the better at that time. But I don't know, my tastes have changed, so probably more, whether it's Chico's or J. Crew, I've seen in both of those brands more showy type of pieces and more kind of understated pieces. So across brands, it'd be the more understated designs is what I would reach for. Yeah, me too, Michelle. I definitely think that too. This is, oh, I was going to say Coldwater Creek because it has this little hang tag that's shaped like this leaf. But how about this? I've never seen this as a hang tag. This is DVF, Diane von Furstenberg. And it's silver tone, and it looks new. It has this really big spring ring closure. Like that's big. That's about a 1/2 inch across. Yeah. And then this little ring with your DVF hang tag right there. And then these are all stations. These don't move. And this is how that looks. Doing a quick drive-by. Just these sort of faceted look, like the look of faceted little metal gemstone type beads, but they're all stations. They're fixed in place, and really long, nice layering piece. So there we are, that's how that looks on. My hair really gets in the way, especially when I'm eating. I have to pull my hair back. I really don't like wearing it pulled back all the time because I feel like it just doesn't look right on me. And I've tried cutting my hair short just to keep it out of my way and out of my face. But when my hair is short, I just feel like it makes me look like a chipmunk. So I have no interest in looking like a chipmunk. So I let it grow out, and then I just fuss with it and pull it back anyway. You're an understated gal. Your personality makes me think, I don't know, you guys watch Diane on a Monday. Watch Diane and Felicia on a Monday. That surprises me that you would say you're an understated gal. So Diane von Furstenberg is, I don't mean that as any kind of insult. I mean that in the best way. Like, I would aspire to be as fun as you and Felicia are. So Diane von Furstenberg is number 21, and I didn't give you a drop link on that. I got an idea of it when I tried it on, but let's go here. It's a 17-inch drop. So Diane von Furstenberg is going to be, let's just do that one for $5. ThredUp considers her a designer brand. Diane von Furstenberg is not designer. Anybody who sells designer would tell you that. They would call it more luxe than designer. Pretty designs, but I don't think they're at the level of, I don't think that brand is at the same level as other designer brands. So moving along, 925 closure on this one. Black, probably onyx, with this really pretty cross. This type of cross has a name that is not coming to me right now, but it's faceted with the points in the center. Let me hold it sideways so you can get an idea of that. Like that. That right there is dead center of the cross on both sides. And then here's how it looks from the front. And these pretty beads that are different lengths, or different sizes, I mean, and they're arranged in a nice pattern. I really, really like that. And then this pretty toggle closure, just plain, simple toggle closure. Where did my stone go? Here's my acid. Oh, there it is. So again, fully trust Diane's word on this. This is just so you all can see it. And there's 2 scratches, you'll see. One is for the toggle ring, and one is for the bar on that closure. And there it is, positive for sterling. There's the ring, and there's the bar. Okay. So let's give a measurement on it. The drop length is, so this is probably onyx and sterling. 8-inch drop. Of course, with this toggle closure, the drop is the drop. This is going to be number 22. And this one's going to be $10. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I didn't show you how it would look on. And here's all my hair back in the front again. Okay. And there we are. I really like that. I like how it sits up high like this. And the little cross right there in the middle. Was that a Maltese cross? My different crosses are not coming to me right now. There we go. I was having trouble with that toggle closure. There we are. And it is number 22 for $10. Used to be bold in the 80s, but now that sounds exactly like me, Diane. In my school in rural Alabama, my hair was orange and not shaved, but extremely close cropped on one side, and you couldn't buy blue lipstick at that time, or at least not where I lived, you couldn't. So I would use black, not black, but blue eyeshadow, and then just put lip gloss over it, or chapstick or Vaseline or something like that over it. So that's how and I had like a million, I'll try to find a picture of my senior graduation picture. I would have like 50 different colors of eyeshadow over my eyes. I would wear, blue or orange or red. It's whatever color of eyeshadow that wasn't a typical blush color. Like I would shy away from pink entirely and put other colors on my cheeks, whatever color I could think of on my lips. And I would just use eyeshadow for everything because that gave me the biggest variety of colors. Yeah, and intentionally my clothes wouldn't match. And that was on purpose. Like I abhorred wearing clothes that matched. And actually, Cyndi Lauper came to town. It was Halloween, actually, that year of my 11th grade year of high school. And I won a look-alike contest, and I got to meet her and gave her one of my earrings. And true story, a while later, like later that year, there was a picture of her in Glamour or Cosmo or one of those kinds of magazines, and saw a little picture of her wearing an earring. And I can't swear or attest that it was the one I gave her, but it was very similar. Could be the one, probably wasn't, but it looked very, very similar to it. And I got all excited because I was showing my friends, oh look, it's my earring, but it probably wasn't. It really probably wasn't. But that's my little brush with fame when I was in 11th grade. But here we go. This is there used to be a note, I think it says Monet on there. This is genuine pearls. I can just tell by looking, but let's rub them together to make sure. Yeah, those are genuine pearls, and this is leather braided. Oh, the light outside is different now, so if you want me to turn back on my light right here, let me know, and I'll turn that back on. You're up there close to her, Diane. Like she lives in New York, right? And she still performs on Broadway, I think, right? Like I've seen those, there's a medication, like a psoriasis medication, I think, that she does commercials for. And the commercials are always showing her like on set or backstage or something at a live show, where it shows like a view from the audience, or a view from the stage looking to the audience. So she still performs, right? Like I took those commercials, I understood those commercials to say that she's still performing. But yeah, loved her. So here is this. This has Brighton vibes to it, but it's Monet according to, I think, if I could read that little note. Yeah, it is Monet. Right here. There we go. And this is what I mean, where it has Brighton vibe. It has all these little details here with the silver tone and the, well, Brighton isn't silver tone, it's silver plated, but this is silver tone with the black antiquing down in the little crevices. And just all these little details are very Brighton-esque, in my opinion. But this is a really nifty piece. This does not really remind me of your typical Monet. Here's how it looks on. This could be, it looks like there's a little bend that's been probably just from storage. That can be straightened out, probably. Let me see what that cord is made of, but I think, yeah, that cord can be straightened out, so I can take care of that, and that's just from storage. There's nothing at all wrong with it. It's just from being looped up, inside of a bag or even a jewelry box, I guess, or something like that before Jeanette got it. So it just introduced that little bend in it. So that can be undone. I can take care of that, and I will. So this gorgeous Monet is number 11. And that one's going to be $10. This one's really nice. You have this thick, I didn't give you the measurements on it. You have this really thick braided leather cord. Turn the light on. Here it comes. Yes, people still say a hoot. At least where I live. I'm in the deep south, and we still say a hoot or a hoot. You might hear people say a hoot. Okay, I'm trying to get this. My fumble fingers are keeping me from being able to clasp that. There we go. So the drop on it is, you just saw it on too. It's about choker length. Almost 7-inch drop. And then a 3-inch extender that gives you another 1.5 inches of drop length. I didn't know she wrote that. Let me turn down the brightness just a little bit because it's blinding me. Okay, there we go. And now I've gotten my camera kind of lopsided. Okay, so number 11 on the Brighton, $10, and I will take care of that little bend that's right there. If you purchase this one. Thank you, Jeanette. Actually, that's the dialect I grew up with, and in theater training and training to be on camera and stuff like that. That was my background in college and everything. Yeah, I don't know if you still do, but they taught classes in like what do they call it? The mid-Atlantic accent and the like getting rid of your regional dialect and all that. So yeah, I don't really sound a whole lot now like I did when I was growing up as far as dialect goes. I might do that in a later video. Let you hear my native dialect. I'll have to practice it. This one has an 18-inch drop. It's a, I don't think that's popcorn chain. What is that called? Maybe it is popcorn chain. But there it is. This is an 18-inch drop. And Jeanette, is this another upcycled earring? No, it's not. Okay, this is a pendant. Like that is the made loop that goes with it. This stone, as I'm looking at it through the back, that looks like a rough ruby. Okay, the Gemini is still on. Let's test this really quick. Okay, it's moving on the gem tester. I took it off too soon. Okay, well, it went up to quartz, citrine, amethyst before it slipped off the stone and touched metal. Okay, let's clear that out and try one more time. Okay, no, it didn't go up to quartz, citrine, amethyst. It went up to garnet, so that's what that is. So we're looking at a rough garnet right here. Not rough as in unpolished. It is polished and faceted. You can kind of see right there. But it has gorgeous light coming through. And I can see this light shining through, and I'm seeing it from the back. Gorgeous light. And if you've ever seen a rough ruby, it's very similar to the color of a rough ruby. But this is very Art Nouveau looking, in my opinion, and very light wash gold tone, Yeah. With little botanical, like leaves and these swirls and everything. Very Art Nouveau looking. To tell the difference between Art Nouveau and Art Deco, just generally think of Art Nouveau as being more like curly, and Art Deco being more angular, or linear, I should say. This is number Did I say number 11 for this Monet? Like, how in the world did I do that? It's number 23. This is my second numbering error that I'm aware of. Hopefully I haven't made any others. That's my son walking up the sidewalk from his interview. So, change of number on this Monet, 23. So, the one I was just showing you is going to be 24. And it is, you're going to do this one for 7. Got that really pretty garnet right here, and then all of this gold tone. And this long length on it actually makes it period appropriate for Art Deco. It's not a genuine Art Deco piece, I don't think, or Art Nouveau piece. But if you want to dress with that look, this is definitely an appropriate style to emulate that period. So we have just a few pieces left. We might not be able to get to the extra things that I was talking about. We have about, I wanted to wrap up in 2 hours, and we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces to go. So let's see if we can do it. Oh wow, okay. This looks kind of period appropriate for a vintage look also. This is a nice serpentine, a snake chain. Serpentine and snake are 2 different kinds. So this is snake chain. Although serpentine means snake-like. But I digress. This is, this is White House Black Market. There, and it's a long one, probably another 18-inch drop on this one. The 16-inch drop. The pendant is 4 inches, and there's a about a 1.5-inch extender. The extender I've managed to get a knot in it, so I'll unknot that, and it'll probably be about 1.5 inches once I get that unknotted. But it's all gold tone. Right here you have 3 little rhinestone baguettes, and this little fringe of snake chain that hangs down. And there's the construction all the way around. Turn it off. Oh, you can turn it off. No, I'll just dim it, that's all. Because I think it does help with the light outside getting dimmer now. The Bertha is bearing down on the coast, so that kind of affects our sky. Parts north, which, you know, parts north is still, I'm only a 4-hour drive from the Gulf. So I think the light helps, but just the brightness of it is kind of getting in the way. So I just dimmed it a little bit. Let me know if it needs to be brightened up a little bit more. So White House Black Market is going to be number 25. And we'll do that one for $6. That's another one that does jewelry very well, that I think eventually is going to be one that people seek out, and it's going to rise in value because people will be collecting it. Okay, here is, what's that say? Oh, 2 grams. So she weighed this one. This is 2 grams of sterling, and it is an ankh ring. It's a small size, an ankh being this little Egyptian fertility symbol. So let's do the test on that. And then I'll give you a size. and a price. Let's see. Well, where's my towel? I didn't give a good scratch on that. I tried to make the scratch wide enough that it will show when I hold the stone up to the screen. There we go. Hopefully you can see that so I don't pour acid on my table. But it's positive for sterling. And it's a size, I just got a drop of acid on my thumb, so I'm going to have the little telltale yellow spot on my thumb later. This is about 4.5 right there. And here's how it looks again on. I'm trying to show you the side view of it. It's kind of flat right here on the top. The shank gets a little wider right here. It has this nice construction on it. And it doesn't have a mark inside. Yeah, I think it has a mark right here, right there. But there we go. That one is number 26. And that one's going to be $10 for the little sterling ankh ring. I'm glad I can't pause it. I got somebody waiting to talk to me.
I just wanted to.
Hey, everybody can hear you right now. This is my son, David, that you're hearing. He was at a job interview. When I said my son's coming home from an interview, it's because I saw him walking at the sidewalk right there. Can you wait on that for about 15 minutes?
Not the Dropbox part, but
Okay.
the other part, yeah, that can wait. Like sending this can wait, but the Dropbox stuff I need to get right now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I just have a question about like the one you just got back from. The one you just got back from. Is that who you're texting right now?
Oh, no.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, did you get an offer at the one you just went to?
No. He said that I was not what he was looking for. So.
Oh, okay.
He prefers a year of experience. So.
That would have been nice to hear before you drove 30 minutes to an interview. So, okay.
Indeed, yeah.
All right. Well then, yeah, I would say go ahead with that if you're comfortable with it. Go ahead. What about the Kellis?
No response back from him yet.
Okay. Well, sounds like there's your answer about tomorrow.
I'll talk to you more about it later.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. He said sorry for interrupting. You're 3 hours from the Gulf? Are you in? You're in, well, I'm not going to say what state you're in. I'll let you say that if you want to. But I think you're not in the same state I'm in, though. Okay. Just making sure I was caught up on the comments. So thanks for hanging in. Oh, good. Everybody, looks like everybody's still here that was here before the little interruption. So, and he did a lot of, he just needed to share something with me about his interview. Okay, these are, these wouldn't be gold, I don't think. Let's see. If they are, there'll be a mark for sure. Because they're heavy. Generally, when you see gold, it's very lightweight and marked. So, of course, if it's a substantial amount, it's definitely going to be marked. Well, let's do a little scratch just to see what color a scratch looks. And this is what I'm looking at, these little earrings right here. It looks a little coppery. Yeah, that is a coppery scratch. So these are base metal. And they're really cute. Okay, so here they are. I'll show you one at a time. They're sort of dimensional. Yeah, they're connected right here at the bottom. The two sides are. And then I have this texture and cutout design. And then the lever tops right here is how they close. And then we'll go ahead and try that on Erlene. So you can see how it looks on. Okay. Here we go. That's how they look when you wear them. Really cute. If you also show jewelry, which I know some of you here do, you may not have been here at the top of the video where I mentioned that I've linked, or not linked, but I put a tag for the silicone ears that I use for Erlene to model the earrings. Somebody, I can't remember right now who it was, but somebody mentioned to me that they wanted to get some of these. So I tagged mine in the video. So if you want to take a peek at those, you can find them there. So these little gold tone earrings, oh, and they're 1 inch long, top to bottom 1 inch long, and about 3/4 of an inch across. These are number 27, and we'll just do them for $3. Okay, silver tone, little drop earrings with little rhinestones around this cutout right here, teardrop shaped. They're about 2.5 inches top to bottom, about 2 inches across, and they're textured kind of like a burlap sort of texture on the front and on the back, although the rhinestones are only on the front. Let's bring Erlene back over. And this is left Erlene. The other day I was having trouble, remember, with right Erlene. She kept popping out of her little acrylic stand. There's how they look on. And these are going to be number 28. And we'll do them for $2. Actually, we're going to do the last ones I just showed. We're going to change those to $2. And then also these that I just now showed you, we'll do those for $2 as well. Okay, next, I'm going to cap the Sharpie. Don't let it dry up on us. Central Mississippi. I've never been to the Mississippi Gulf. I've been to the Louisiana Gulf, Florida Gulf, and Alabama Gulf. Of course, it's all, circling the same little gulf, or big gulf, but the only coast I've been to, I should say that, is Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida. So this reminds me of, and it is, just saw it. I was going to say this reminds me of Lucky Brand, and here's the little Lucky Brand little clover charm right there, hang tag. So there's this little tassel with a really pretty cap on it. And then these textured beads, all silver tone, nice and heavy, and nice stretch. The stretch is soft, if you get what I mean by that, but it's not loose. Like even holding it from the top, and this is a heavy bracelet. It comes all the way back up when you let go of it. So it has really good stretch on it. That's how it looks on. And the size, without stretching, is about 7 1/4. And if I just looked at the notes, I could save myself searching for tags. She leaves some of the things a mystery, but some of them she labels, most of them she labels. Number 29 for this one, and we'll do the Lucky Brand bracelet for $7. And coming up closer and closer to the end. Okay, here's another lucky brand right there. And see, this one would have been a mystery. Okay, oh, this is neat. So reversible, it looks like. So here's one side. This two-tone, silver tone and gold tone, or silver tone and either brass or brass tone. Really pretty design right there. And then on the back has sort of this southwest embossing. Look at the extender. The extender even has some nice detail on it. Look at that. So the drop length on this is about 7.5 inches, and the extender is another 2 inches. Well, the extender is 2 inches. It gives you another 1 inch of drop length. But here we go with the lucky brand, and it is number 20. Oh no, it's number 30. And that one is going to be $9 for the lucky brand. We've gotten a few lucky brands in this one. Okay. This one, no notes. And it is probably a bracelet. I've managed to get it kind of tangled up. Let's see. I might have to untangle this off camera and then bring it back in another video. You may notice the ASL sign for I love you. That's because my other son passed through the room and shot me that sign. Okay, this one I'm going to have to untangle off camera. I don't want to make you suffer through watching me untangle that one. So it's a cool bracelet. It's gold tone with the little prong set stones in it. So I didn't see a hang tag on it, but oh wait, it does have a hang tag. It is Laundry by Shelley Segal. So I'm going to untangle this and bring it back to another video. And moving on to these earrings. These are, I'm surprised the Gemini hasn't shut off. It did fall off the table. Usually it shuts itself off to avoid overheating. So either it hasn't gotten terribly heated up, or maybe something did happen to it. Okay, the needle's not moving, so let me check my, okay, yeah, it's still reading because I read my diamond. So this is just glass, sort of a chalcedony color on these stones. They're faceted teardrop shaped, matte gold tone, and have these little rhinestones right there. Sort of a little, I don't know, maybe Middle Eastern kind of vibe with that. Really like those. The length on those is about 1.25 inches. Well, in length, let's see, across just over 1 inch. So, well, really? 2.25, sorry, 2.25 long and about 1.25 across. Okay, people are starting to tune out, so yeah, I'm getting kind of late in the day, edging into people's dinner times. So I really appreciate everybody that's still here. Well, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in, period, but thanks for hanging in with me, everybody that's still here. These are number 31. Oh, and somebody was asking me yesterday, so everybody may not know. You can watch this on playback, but it takes YouTube a while to process it and get it uploaded as a regular video. So it may be like late tonight or sometime tomorrow before this shows up, but you definitely can watch a replay of it. Just look back on my channel and you should be able to find it. So this is number 31. and we're gonna do these for $4. Okay, coming down to the end, we are at a few minutes over 2 hours. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces left. I think I might, let's see, that's gonna need some testing. That might and that might. So we're going to, actually I gabbed too much. I thought I had enough time to go through all of these. So what I'm gonna do, there's a piece or two that's gonna require testing, and we're already past the 2-hour mark, and it's edging into people's dinner times. So I'm going to save the rest of these last 8 pieces for the next video next week. I might try to record. It wouldn't be a live if I do something else again this week. But if I do, I might just record these last pieces and put those up maybe on Friday, or I may just save them for a video next week. Now, I have not moved to an all live format. I did yesterday's and today's sales, which my usual Tuesday and Wednesday sales. I did both of these live because things just were kind of nutty this week, and I ran out of time to record, and it came down to time for my video, and thought, oh garbage, I need to get something out there. So I just went live. So, and that's what I did today too, because things didn't work out till the last minute. And then when I was about to go live, if you got the notification that it was going to be at, I think the time was at 12:30, then right at 12:30, or no, I think it said 1:30, 12:30 or 1:30. Then right at time when it was supposed to drop, something happened here that was totally unexpected that I had to take care of. So I was sitting down getting ready to hit the go live button, and instead I had to delete it and delete the post and all that. And so that's why the time changed to 3:30 today. So really appreciate all of the changing back and forth on you, and appreciate you sticking with me through it and for tuning in today. So if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please share it out with somebody else who you think might also enjoy it. Please check out the tags, the product tags. Even if you have no intention of buying anything, there's no expectation on my part that you buy something. But if you just click those tags, that actually helps the channel. So, and I would appreciate you helping me grow. And I also have a little bit of news coming out next week, so please be on the lookout for that. And I think that's it. So, oh yeah, click subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.